Hello, everybody. This is the fourth episode of Dungeons and Dragons. This time featuring a surprise guest who is an idiot and didn't realise for the past like year that me and Dylan and Connor have been telling her to go into the party settings, to which she just went to the PlayStation settings instead of the actual party settings. Like a fool.
You're the fool.
You're the one that's audibly blind.
You're the one who wears glasses?
Yeah, that's physically blind.
I'm not audibly blind. You said setting.
Okay, so sorry, you're audibly impaired. Gotta drink my water. Don't know why, but it's kind of spicy. Spicy water. That's how white I am. I've just grown to levels of the water's a bit too spicy for me. Alright. So, Risso. You are Jessica O'Connor, daughter of legendary hero Wolfgang O'Connor. You are woken in the middle of the night by bangs and crashes within your home. You barely have time to get up before your father crashes through the wall. The culprit escapes before your brother Harvey can apprehend him. Your father has been taken to a hospital, and it's up to you to don the mask of the hero Turbine to find who assaulted your father and why. Maybe Harvey knows something about Dad's assailant. You think to yourself. What are we doing now? So what are we doing?
I don't know. What are we doing?
You're supposed to decide.
What? But I go find Harvey.
In utter confusion, you run around and walk into a door, and then decide to find Harvey. Upon approaching him, you see that he's very angry for, you know, his dad just got thrown through a fucking wall. What? I think it'd be a doubt that anyone would be calm. Risso is just eternally in confusion. You gotta ask the man questions.
I just don't know when you stop talking and then when I stop. Yeah. Did you know where the culprit went?
I know as much as you do. I saw him leave the door. Leave the door. Leave through the door. God damn. Yeah, he just left it on the floor. The door was just there.
Did the culprit drop anything?
Only this. He hands you a blue crystal. It's cold to the touch.
Maybe I could sell this.
You contemplate selling it to expand your weed collection. Then remember that weed is still illegal in your state.
Yeah. I'll put it in my bag and then...
You go to put it in your bag, but realise you left it at home. It falls on the floor and you just put it in your pocket like a sane person.
I can continue to ask Harvey. Maybe we could, you know, go. Well, actually, first, shouldn't we check if our dad is okay?
Harvey chuckles. Obviously, you'd forget to check in on him. You were the first one there, and you still forgot. Yeah, he's fine. He's just got a concussion, a few broken ribs. Yeah, he survived worse.
Well, is he conscious?
Harvey turns around and bangs on the glass behind him. No, he would have screamed at me. He would have screamed at me about disrespect or some shit like that if he was awake. Risso!
Well, Harvey can...
I feel like your sister's a Pokemon, because all I ever hear her say is Marissa. Marissa!
Harvey can stay and keep an eye on Dad, and then I'll go and try track the culprit down.
Maybe you should mask up first, Harvey says, handing you a key. Don't want anyone to see you and recognise you.
I thought what when he does wolf mask.
Yeah, Wolfgang does wear a wolf mask, actually, yeah. He has two masks. He has like this mechanical one, and then he has a wolf one. So one of them he just puts on when he goes into, it's like his special power, really. His hero power is what he calls primal rage, where he just puts on a wolf mask and starts beating the shit out of people with his bare hands. Because usually, like, he uses technology and shit. So he's Batman if Batman had a baby with the Hulk. No, actually, it's like Batman. No, it's like Iron Man and the Hulk, all in one. Yes, I have technology, but if you make me very angry, I will punch you and turn Big Green Man.
1 minute.
Risso will be.
Oh shit.
You sit on a bench and decide to wait a single moment. I'll pause this while Risso's gone to get something. Whereabouts were we before you left?
I don't know.
Something about masks.
Mm.
Yeah, you have to go get a mask from somewhere, and he gave you a key, and then you left.
Oh. So I'm looking for where the I'm checking every door to see which key.
You remember that you're in a hospital, and the key to your house isn't gonna fucking work in the hospital.
What the hell did I get in a hospital?
Do you forget the start where your dad was taken to a hospital?
Oh, I didn't hear that part.
Yeah, and the bit where he's like, oh, ask Harvey if he's okay, and he just like bangs on the glass because his dad was behind him in a hospital room.
Okay, I go home and then start checking each door.
You look in the closet. Nope. Still clothes.
I look behind the clothes.
You look behind the clothes. You find Narnia. Wait, no, just a poster.
I search between the clothes, like inside the pockets.
You search in all the pockets of all the clothes. You find a small piece of bread. Wait, never mind. It's just a USB stick.
I pocket it. I mean, I don't know whose closet I'm in.
You check the room. This is definitely your brother's closet.
Oh, I don't think I want that USB anymore. Well, I'll still keep it just in case. I check under his bed.
You look under his bed, and then look back up. There's some things a girl should never know about her brother.
Okay, getting out of there. I look in my dad's room.
You look at your dad. You look at your dad's room. Yeah, he's always been strange. There isn't even a bed in here.
I search for any openings, like a closet.
You look around for openings. You see a clock.
Oh, I'll look to the clock and see if there's any.
You look inside of the clock. There's nothing in here except a piece of paper.
I pick up the paper and inspect it.
It's a photo of you, Dad, Harvey, and someone else. And now I've got to go to get food. Be right back. You found a piece of paper and a clock. That's where we were. Alright, so you found you inspect the clock. There's a piece of paper in it.
Is there anything on the piece of paper?
You pick up the paper and look at it. It's a photo of you, your dad, your brother, and someone else. You all look like children there. You put it away for safekeeping.
Is there anything else in the closet?
You go back into Harvey's room and look in the closet. Nope, still just the Narnia poster.
Oh wait, is it?
You said clock instead of closet. Closet instead of clock.
Go back to that room. Is there anything else of interest in there?
You look on the mat where he sleeps and think to yourself, God, who sleeps on a goddamn mat? You move it aside and see a keyhole in the floor.
Yeah. I tried the key I got earlier, put it in that keyhole and tried to turn it.
The key doesn't turn, but as you try to put it back out, the hole sort of rises with you, revealing a button.
Press the button.
After a brief pause, a fart sound can be heard.
Oh.
You press it again, and the floor opens up to reveal a wall of masks and weaponry. You look around them and note that one of them's Harvey's, one of them's yours. But there's a third one that you don't quite recognise. That has been taken from its place, apparently.
What else? Yeah, take my mask.
You grab your yellow mask and put it on your head. It feels comfortable, like it was tailored.
I'll look at the weapons.
There are 3 weapons on the wall. A sword with a flamethrower attached. You scoff. Probably Harvey's idea. One of those spinning blade things. You scoff again. You shouldn't have let Dad watch Infinity War. You know, because it's the exact same thing as Thanos has. You know, that sort of spinning blade. Yeah, just thought I'd clarify that. It's not an Infinity Gauntlet, it is just a sword. And the third one is an axe. It feels cold to the touch. You don't remember anyone using it before.
Is it a big axe or like a throwing axe?
You look at the axe. It's about half the size of you. No regular person could hold that.
I'm assuming the smallest weapon would be the sword, so I'm a young fire.
Which sword? The fire one or the spinny blade one?
Harvey's one.
You go to pick it up, but Harvey's voice angrily projects from the sword. I told you not to touch it. You sigh angrily. You always wanted a fire sword. He gets the cool shit.
Then also maybe I have a weapon in my room. So maybe I could have a weapon. But before I go, I do look around again to see if there's anything else there.
So the spinny sword's your weapon. No, the fire one is your brother's.
Yeah.
The spinny one's yours, and then there's a mysterious axe.
Well, okay, spinny sword. Trash ass sword. Would have preferred two to throwing axes, but you know.
You grab the sword and spin it in your hand. You also separate it, revealing that you could also dual wield it if you wanted to. You put the swords on your back.
Okay, is there like a map playing around anywhere, or?
You look around for a map. You then realise that this is real life. People don't just leave maps lying around.
Well, I guess I'd better go back to Harvey, but I can't. I go to my room, get a bag, shove all the, suspicious looking stuff in there.
You go to your room and get changed into the rest of the costume, because you can't just wear a mask. You notice that there's things missing from your bedroom, though. Oh. Notably being a blue, you know those Himalayan salt lamps? That, but it was blue.
Oh.
So it was a blue salt lamp, which never really tasted like salt, no matter how many times you lick it. Just tasted like ice. You also note that a picture frame of you, Dad, and Harvey is smashed on the floor.
pick up the photo.
You look at the photo. Something seems strange about it, but you can't quite put your finger on it.
I look at the back.
You turn it around. It has a date on it.
I look at the date.
You look at the date. I haven't thought of a date yet because I don't know when this year it's set is in the year.
I do.
So fucking what year? What year? Let's think of a year. What seems appropriate age for children? 1998. There we go. The year says 1998.
Yeah. Better call Harvey and see what I need to do next.
You can't shake the feeling that there's something wrong with that photo. You take it with you just in case and head back to Harvey.
Okay, so I'm just gonna walk into a hospital with a sword and.
As you walk into the hospital, everyone recognises you as one of the heroes, Turbine. You still hoped that they would come up with a better name eventually. Can't be helped if you spin a sword like a helicopter all the time. I just feels like your character kind of gets bullied. In the thing, it's like it gets bullied a lot because he's got the worst name, or she's got the worst name because it's a girl now. Because it used to be a boy. It's just she's got the worst fucking name. But she's like the fastest character. But because she's called Turbine, everyone makes fun of her. And they make fun of her more than they make fun of another guy who had his jaw broken 3 times in the same day, to the point that his jaw's constantly crooked now.
Ooh.
And what happened is because he pissed off Wolfgang all 3 times, and he just started talking mad shit, and Wolfgang just proceeded to just punch him once in the face and break his jaw, and then walk off. And the lore of my old Bionicle toys, they were great. That's what this is based off of, by the way, people at home. It's based off of childhood Dom superhero toys. Isn't that fun? Alright, so Harvey looks at you angrily. Wait, where's my stuff?
You can get it yourself.
Harvey rolls his eyes. I guess I can. Do you find anything out the house?
Yeah, my weapon's masked, but then strange weapon I've never seen before.
Harvey nods. Yeah, we never really got an opportunity to use that. Dad never lets us.
There was also a photo with me, Dad, and someone else. I'm not sure who they were.
What do you mean someone else? Show it to me.
Show him the picture.
You hand him the photo and he looks confused. I swear I've seen him before, but I don't know who that is.
Not sure. Maybe you could ask Dad when he wakes up. But as I went into my room, I found one of my lamps missing and a broken photo.
You show him the broken photo. Hey a minute, that looks exactly the same as the other one.
It does.
You pull out both photos to compare them, and sure enough they look exactly the same, save for one thing missing. The person that you don't recognise was taking out the photo on your desk. So, right, quick pause for research. Do you have any ideas of who the mysterious person is then? Quick basis, you've played a bit of Ace Attorney now, you're good at deductive reasoning. What's your ideas behind what's going on so far?
I have no idea.
Honestly, so the clues we've got so far, there's a load of stuff for a third person that no one recognises. There's a photo of a third person no one recognises, and it looks like the photo that you have has had that person taken out of it digitally.
Maybe like a Another sibling?
Perhaps.
That's all I can think of.
Right, that's what you can think of. Okay, so have you anything to ask Harvey?
Have you got any idea? Oh, no, he hasn't. Guess not.
As you turn to leave, Harvey stops you. Dad's awake, by the way.
Oh, good. I go into the hospital room and I'll first give him a hug.
You go to give Wolfgang a hug. He hesitates but accepts the hug. He's never been good at the lovey-dovey stuff.
I instantly pull the photo out with the unknown person and ask him, who's this person?
A robotic voice erupts from him. Where did you get that? He said.
I found it.
Have you been snooping in my room again? He says.
Doesn't matter, just answer the question.
Wolfgang sits in silence. Maybe you should ask him something else first. Did you just call him a bitch?
No, not like in the video.
Just calling your dad a bitch, wow.
About... So we won't answer that question, so what about... Who's that third weapon for?
A look of regret brushes briefly over Wolfgang's face. He refuses to answer that question either.
Why won't he tell me?
You ask him.
Why won't you tell me?
He so responds, do you ever wonder where you came from?
Oh, but I don't want the birds and the bees talk right now, Dad.
He chuckles. No. I found you in a box a long time ago. Shut up, right? Let childhood Dom have his fun.
Box, baby?
Yeah. So a little bit of lore is Turbine and Harvey, who's also got a really stupid name, but I thought it was cool when I was a child. It was heat stroke. It's very dumb. Also, like Wolfgang, his secret identity name's the same as the superhero name, and no one's clocked it.
Oh.
Just no one's clocked it. It's like, who's this big buff man who's about the same size as that hero, and also has a robotic voice box like the hero, and has the same name as the hero? Oh, he's wearing glasses. Couldn't possibly be him.
I asked him, what did he mean he found me in a box?
Many years ago, after I first came to this country, he said he starts. I was walking down a street when I heard just the most hideous cries from down an alley.
Oh gee.
And there you were, three children just in a box next to a bin. Shut up.
And what, you just took us without any questions?
He sighs. I lost my children once back home, and seeing you there in the cold just reminded me how it felt to lose them all over again.
You said 3, but I only know me and Harvey's the third baby.
He goes quiet again.
Did I need to know the truth of where I came from and who this other person is? Are they my brother?
He looks at you. And he looks at you and nods. There's something sad about him. There's something sad about him. Like he's regretting something.
Did something happen?
I'm not the person you should ask that, he says. He writes something down on he writes something down on a piece of paper and hands it to you.
I read the paper.
It's an address and something scrawled in what you think is Korean, but you never really learned any languages.
You expect me to go here?
He nods and says, talk to Panther, he will know.
Panther.
As you cringe at all the really, really fucking cliche superhero names that were created by a fucking 10-year-old, you decide to head to the address. The names are so cringy, man. Like, there's one of them, and like they're called Red and Blue because guess what colour their masks are?
Red and blue.
Uh,
Oh my god.
You stand outside a large building. It has a big A on it, but then underneath says, "Not the Avengers, that's copyrighted. Fuck you, Disney."
Guess I'll walk up to the door and knock.
You knock on the glass door. The receptionist looks at you like you're a madman. Who knocks at a fucking apartment building? Like, a big building. Who? You walk in. You walk in, remembering the fact that you've been to this building before many times, because you know you're a superhero. And this is a superhero building.
Oh wait. Wait. This is where the address is. What the fuck? I asked. Wait, so I know who Panther is?
You do. You don't remember anyone called Panther being on the team, so you ask the receptionist about it.
Yeah, I asked the receptionist.
She presses a button on at the bottom. She presses a button on her desk, and an elevator opens. She ushers you in.
What the fuck? Where am I going?
Surprisingly, instead of going up into the penthouses and definitely not Disney rip-offs of Tony Stark's house, the elevator goes down.
Oh, creepy basement. Great.
The door's opened and reveals an actually not so creepy basement. It's quite bright down here.
Oh, damn. That's a bit missing.
There is a wheelchair right in the corner of the room. Looks like someone's sitting in it, but you can't be quite sure from here.
Make sure I put. Is my mask already on?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll walk over to the wheelchair then.
You turn around and hang on, wasn't there someone there a second ago?
I take my weapon out.
The weapon, your weapon slowly spins in your hand as you try and assess what's going on around you. Then suddenly you're tapped on the shoulder. You turn and face an old withered old man. He's so old, I say old twice.
Who the hell are you?
The man chuckles. You're the one who's entered my home. Shouldn't I be asking the questions?
You first. I asked first. Yeah. Tell me. I'm not good at this.
He sighs and says, "Yeah, you must be Jessica, right? Wolfgang's child."
What? Are you supposed to mean something like?
Your confused babble also confuses the old man, who is now walking in a circle trying to remember what's going on.
No.
You've confused the only guy who knows what's going on, Risso, by just going
Yes, I'm Jessica. Now, who are you?
He turns around and smiles. My name's Arthur, but you probably know me better as the Panther.
Panther, tell me everything.
He looks confused. Like he doesn't know what you're talking about.
I don't know, my dad sent me here. Who are you? Do you have any relevance? Me and my family?
He laughs and says, "Well, I'd hope I do have relevance. I am your godfather, after all. Like that Wolfgang told you.
My godfather?
I was the one that found Wolfgang and brought him here. So he made me the godfather to his children. But then I hid myself away, and he never told anyone about me."
I see. Why would you hide away?
Because I'm old, and I'm fed up of people asking for autographs. Reese, do you remember that piece of paper that you was given? That you've completely forgotten about, apparently?
What, the photo?
No, the one that Wolfgang gave you that had something in Korean on it, or something like that.
Oh! Show him the piece of paper, and do you know what this symbol means?
He calls you racist because just because it's Korean doesn't mean it's an unknowable symbol. His mood has notably shifted from, you know, a quite cheerful old man to one of sorrow and somber. You have a feeling he knows exactly what's going on.
So, what is it?
When you were very young, when you and Harvey were very young, there was a third sibling, all adopted by Wolfgang. The third one was considerably older than the both of you, and was very protective of you both. But then Wolfgang saw something in him that he liked and decided to train him, like he had done once. Like he had been trained once before. Things didn't go to plan, and well, we haven't heard from him in a long time.
What? Did he leave?
The old man sighs. There's the distinct difference between leaving and abandoning. On the one hand, yes, he left everything behind, but on the other hand, he abandoned everyone. He came back a few years later, and he was different. He wasn't the sweet boy we once knew.
So, where is he now?
No one knows. There's only ever been a few sightings of him near the mountains, but I wouldn't go there. I think he's got it out for you and Wolfgang. The old man hears you whispering and says, "I just told you not to."
Can't expect me to not go somewhere where you told me not to go.
He laughs, as stubborn as ever. You're just like him.
Do you, by any chance, have any warmer clothing?
He looks around. I literally walk around wearing the same outfit every day in this blank room. Do you think I hide clothes somewhere?
Kind of. Expecting some cool, you know, underground basement closet, but okay.
No, this is just my house.
Oh. What a depressing house. I mean...
Says you, you got a depressing name. Who calls themselves Turbine?
I'm working on it, alright? See, my sword spins, look.
You spin the sword around. Panther isn't impressed.
Well, I didn't call myself after taking animal. So tough now, are you, old man?
He laughs. He laughs in agreement. You feel like you have you feel like you have something else to show him, but you're not sure what it is. You check your bag. Inside, there's still the photos and the stone.
Right, show me the stances. What's this?
He looks at the stone. This is your brother's, but how? He thinks for a second. You have never met him yet, but yet this is his. Where is Wolfgang?
He's in the hospital.
The hospital? What? But why?
He was thrown through a wall. I tried questioning him when he woke up, but he sent me here.
He's probably... The old man has a look of realization upon his face. And looks even sadder than he did before.
What is it?
He's always been protective of you children.
What do you mean by that?
The assailant was your brother.
Of course. Oh. I gotta head to the mountains then.
You thank the old man, and you distinctly think you hear him crying in the background. You note that you're a horrible person for making an old man cry.
He's a bit of a sad sack, but...
It's a sad... He's a sad sack. What? Okay. You've just made a pensioner cry, and your response is calling him a sad sack.
Hello.
Connor, we're doing Risso's Dungeons and Dragdoms, right? And she met an old man, right?
Alright.
Her response to when he cried is saying he's a sad sack. And you're supposed to be the hero.
I have something in my eye.
Yeah, the tears of that old man.
I'll be right back.
Right, go on. Risso's just made an old man cry, and also Connor's here now.
Oh shit! I'll mute my mic for you guys.
You can talk. You just gotta just not impact anything to the story, really. That's about it.
Okay.
Because Connor's gonna get the most fucking joy out of this, seeing as he remembers all of this shit. So Risso's heading towards the mountains now.
Oh lord.
I think. So, as you approach the mountain, a streak of lightning sizzles past your face.
What?
You turn around and a man with an extremely crooked jaw is standing there.
Oh my god.
What did you say, Risso? Just why you? Just didn't even ask who. It's like even Risso knows who this one is by this point. Yes.
Misa, I'll be back soon. Misa needs to go clean mouth hole.
Why is... And with that, the crooked-jawed man flew away. No, the man with the crooked jaw, the man with the crooked jaw smirks a smirk that makes his face look ever so much more punchable. And asks you where you're going.
Oh, just round none of your business.
He laughs and says, he laughs. You know, even if you're one of Wolfgang's hell spawn, you know this place is off limits, right?
I'm just going for a snowball at him.
You throw a snowball at him and it hits him in the head. What was that supposed to do?
I don't know. Where's that snow?
You then note that there isn't actually any snow at the bottom of the mountain, and you just threw a ball of mud into his face.
Dang it. Could we take this up higher on the mountain? I want to play some snow.
I ain't stupid enough to go up there, he says. It's your funeral. He flies off.
Whatever. Okay.
You keep climbing up the mountain, and you see it. It looks exactly like the axe you found it at home. It's wedged into a rock.
Oh. I guess someone's got some anger issues.
Risso sees a giant axe wedged into a rock, and a response: angry.
If I check the rock out and the axe, see if there's any like initial carvings or something.
You look at the axe. It's freezing cold to the touch. The initials, the initials of LO are in the side of the the choppy bit of the axe.
L O'Connor. Noted. Can I have like a little journal to write that in?
You write it down on the back of your hand.
Wow. Okay. I guess I keep going up the mountain.
You keep moving, and then you see him, a tall, lanky man with a mask with a blue mask that looks like it's made of icicles. He's carrying another one of the massive axes. You note that he must have either big pockets or just is really strong to be able to hold all these axes.
Could do with eating a bit more food.
What would you?
Skinny bones. Anyways, Risso! Hello.
Against your better judgment, you gain the attention of the guy that literally just tried to kill your dad, you fucking moron.
I'll walk over, but keeping a distance between us. And
The man doesn't say anything, just looks in disgust.
The quicker you talk, the quicker I can leave. Can we get this going? Who are you?
You see him huff.
Oh.
It's cold enough to see his breath.
Don't understand me? Hello?
I understand you, he says. I just don't want to talk to you.
Oh, it's a bit rude. Came all this way up. You know how steep that mountain is?
Maybe you should just slide back down it then.
But then I would have came up here for no reason. Who are you?
The fact that you don't know that proves my point. There was no point in coming up here.
You my brother.
You see a wave of relief flush over his face before returning back to his kind of depressing looking face.
I saw the initials carved on one of the axes. L.O. L. O'Connor's. That's you, right?
A slight chuckle emits from him. They haven't even told you my name.
I step a little closer. Could you just please tell me your name?
He takes a step back. What's the point? It will be forgotten anyway.
No. I want to get you. I wouldn't have come. I want to know my brother.
He takes a seat on the snow. You note that his bum must be very cold.
Could I take a seat?
Yeah. The man laughs and the man laughs. No chairs around. Didn't expect company.
Ah, that's fine. Step a bit closer and sit on the floor. Like straight up, just sit on the floor.
So it must have happened to the old man for him to tell you about me.
Well, he's in the hospital.
He looks up. Hospital? Why? What happened?
He was attacked. Thrown through a wall.
You see a wave of anger across his face. It disappears as quickly as it came.
Before we get onto that, please tell me your name.
It doesn't matter anymore, he says. Everyone always forgets.
It matters to me.
He gives a slight smile. It's Liam, he says. No doubt you'll forget that before long.
Liam. My brother's name is Liam. That's an awesome name.
He notes that you note that you speak to yourself and notice that Liam is looking at you like you're a fucking weirdo.
A bit nicer than Harvey.
You see him crack another smile. Is he still as hot-headed as ever?
He's way over being hot-headed.
The smile vanishes again, and it returns to a sort of, again, just depressed face. You still don't think you've gotten the whole picture. This doesn't sound anything like the man that Panther described.
But wait, why are you here alone? Why don't you stay with us? Me, Harvey, and Dad.
He sighs and gestures to your arm. You know that on your wrist there is a scar across it. You always assumed that you hurt yourself while fighting, but never actually remembered how you got it.
My scar? What about it?
There was a fight in the house. Me and Dad. He explains. I grabbed the axe and threw it, but it went through the wall, and you were there. You see him get visibly upset. He stops talking.
What were you arguing about?
He sighs. It doesn't matter now.
Just a small... I wasn't completely hurt, it's just a scar. You didn't have to leave because of that.
He said bleh. It's a scar now, but it's hard to see it as anything. It's hard to see it as just a scar when you've seen the hand detached before.
Detached?
Liam explains that he left after that accident, where he accidentally cut off your hand.
the fuck is my hand back on?
He also explained. How he, froze the area around your hand, so you could, get it reattached at a hospital.
Kind of gross, not gonna lie.
You're the one that asked. He shrugs.
I guess you're right. Well, I guess what?
Hello.
They're like, oh no.
Why don't you come down and...
Can I just say something hilarious before you continue?
Okay.
You know when you were saying how, like, Risso sees an axe and a stone and is angry?
Angry.
The minute you said that, my mom farted and I laughed.
Your mum's ass was like, boy. Spartan rage, boy.
And it was a stinky one.
When I anger, the
me-
gases of Niflheim cannot stench the stench.
It actually made me spit all over the mirror again, so fuck you.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault your mum made you come.
Whoa there, boy, hold on.
Right. So, I'm going to check the time of the video, because obviously